Hi, this is Corey McCarthy, and welcome to a new episode of Fit, Formidable, and Fantastic. That's right, go F yourself, and happy Friday. I hope you've all had a good holiday, and today is going to be something a little different for the episode I'm doing. It's a subject that's not related to fitness, but it is tied into health and well-being and all of that. So it's something that I thought was appropriate for the channel. And a lot of people may not agree with this. I think, popularly speaking, a lot of people aren't going to agree with this because they hold certain beliefs and convictions so close, and traditions on top of that. This episode is going to be dealing with circumcision and my thoughts on it, as well as some facts and the myths behind circumcision. Now, if you check the down in the description below, you'll see, of course, references and further reading that goes along with this video. So let's get started here. How I came about this. I was having a conversation today about circumcision of all topics, actually, and then that moved on to a discussion on Facebook, actually. I took it to Facebook, where I gathered a larger audience and discussed it further. And then, alas, I was actually inspired to do a video on this very controversial subject and give my views in the matter, as I said, and go over, as I said, also some of the myths and facts, because I feel this needs to be heard and the word needs to be spread. To be honest with you, there was a time when I didn't really give circumcision much thought. You know, a lot of people are circumcised, and I just didn't give it a lot of thought until I saw the research, and then I just, my views in the matter are very solidified, you know, because you can't argue with the research. The research is very plain and very clear, and painfully so. No pun intended, but let's get into this. I want to start by saying that I think it's morally wrong, and that's just simply put, morally wrong. There's no two ways about this. A young boy's body is his property, not the property of parents or anyone else, regardless of his age. He should have 100% say over what modifications and procedures are made to his body. And since your baby cannot talk, why not let him decide later when he can? It is not your decision as parents to make for him, no matter what your reasoning may be. Now let's move forward into some of the facts and some of the myths here. Now I've got some notes on some of these too. And again, all of my references and a lot of reading is down in the description. Please feel free to open up and follow those links. Now, circumcision has been shown to lead to a loss of penile sensitivity, and thus a loss of lead to a loss of sexual satisfaction and performance ability. Did you know also that one Dr. John Harvey Kellogg popularly introduced circumcision as a means to prevent boys from masturbation? Well, he did, and there's literature on this, including a book by the man himself discussing it. In fact, he also advised the use of a type of acid on little girls' clitorises to prevent them from experiencing pleasure. So this man was all over the map with his whacked out and sadistic ideas, all because of his own beliefs. Now, furthermore, most of the benefits that people attribute to circumcision are purely myths, and some are actually just based on flawed studies. Some of the myths include cleanliness, prevention of infection, and of course AIDS and HIV prevention. And again, like I said, all of this, all of the references that I've pulled together for these details are all down in the description. I remind you, and I invite you to please go down there and read through them. Furthermore, it is in fact a painful and traumatizing experience for the baby, and anesthesia is not often used. Yeah, you heard that right. Anesthesia is not often used. Furthermore, the procedure can lead to negative future impacts, even if subconscious, like post-traumatic stress disorder and various emotional conditions can be brought about because of this procedure later in life. Moreover, most circumcisions are done out of the view of parents, and it's not really hard to imagine why. To quote one mother who actually witnessed her baby's son's procedure, "The screams of my baby remain embedded in my bones and haunt my mind." That's some pretty deep shit. That's from a mother, as I just said, who actually witnessed her baby's son's procedure. Now, there's also a laundry list of medical side effects that can occur, like meatal stenosis, adhesions, a condition known as buried penis. I wish there was a medical term for that. As far as I'm aware, I couldn't find one, but it's known as buried penis in one of the pieces I read. Infection, which is actually kind of ironic considering people often claim they opt for circumcision because they want to prevent infection. So there's irony in that one for you. And even death. Yeah, you heard that right. Statistically, over 100 newborns die each year in the USA due to circumcision, mostly from the loss of blood or infection. Again, there's that irony for you there. In my opinion, this heinous and barbaric practice just needs to cease. It needs to stop. As I've said above, earlier here, individuals have rights over their own bodies, not some third party. I don't care how close or what their relation is to the child. And based on images I've actually seen of the procedure, to me, the process utilizes what looks like a torture device in order to strap the baby down. But, you know, hey, I guess that's just my opinion. Why don't you Google, you know, circumcision device or circumcision, look up some of the images, and you'll see what I mean. And tell me what you think. And with that, there's not really much else I have to say on the matter. There's a lot more that can be said, I'm sure, but I just wanted to touch on this and maybe incite some conversation, some debate even, perhaps, and maybe comments from my viewers, of course. So, with that, please feel free to drop anything you'd like to say below in the comments, as always. I repeat again, I think this is a very important topic, and I think it's one that word needs to spread around. From what I've heard, circumcision is already on a decline, but it's on a slow decline, in the States here at least. But I think it just needs to cease altogether. It needs to be stopped. It is barbaric, and it is heinous. Anyway, so I don't keep repeating myself on this. I'm going to leave it at that. I will see you guys on Monday for a regularly scheduled Meatless Monday episode. Until then, have a good weekend, and stay fit, stay formidable, and stay fantastic. I'll see you around.